course, these structures change because they kind of have to. You can't always fit in there, but the basics are there. We have these templates we have for Python and C++, and also for the client, because we have this logic of separating all the training code. It just handles the data loading, the model training, and we have separate code base for the client. Basically, when the model is already developed, the client code is responsible for how to talk with this model, how to prepare the data, how to post-process it then and save it into JSON files. How are we scaling? Currently, we have around 1.2, maybe more, maybe less, inference calls to our servers per 24 hours. It is really important for us to optimize the GPU memory, because we don't have a lot of GPUs, and they're limited to 24 gigabytes or 48 gigabytes of memory. As I said before, we have 41 models, I think, and you have to pull a lot of them, duplicate a lot of them. So how are we doing this? The fifth stage is called Onyx. So it is basically sort of a standard way on how a neural network is stored, is represented, so that it can later be run on multiple devices, multiple places. You can convert to this format from multiple frameworks, and there's also this thing, Onyx runtime, which is also faster and more optimized than the PyTorch runtime. This should mostly work. The conversion should mostly work if you're dealing with more complex models, which has more complex architecture and newer layers from the PyTorch. It might give you a hard time though. Yeah. So, but this is not it. We can do better. Even this is too slow for us. So we try to optimize the model so that it works as close to the hardware as we can get. For that, we are using TensorRT. Basically, what it is, it's super optimized. There's this compiler, this builder step, which runs the neural net multiple times, finding out which parameters can be optimized directly on the hardware, and you can really optimize this if you're using lower precisions, but you have to be careful. This is NVIDIA's product, so the cards won't work, and also this step can be extremely hard. Lots of things won't convert, can take weeks. I personally spent over a month trying to convert a model, trying to figure out what should I add or take out just so it converts. But the gain is insanely fast. This is a random plot I found in Google Images. It says 6 times increase, which is probably true. You can see that in this comparison, it's using polling point 32, and TensorRT is using polling point 16. I don't know how technical you are, but we are doing this for most, if not all, of our models. This is the last step. This can be the hardest step. So if you're thinking about this, I'd say be careful. Yeah, this can take a lot of pain to run. When you have this TensorRT model, what we use then is called Triton. Triton is basically this inference server that takes this TensorRT converted model and just serves you the inference. There is nothing really complex here. You have a multiple clients that send you an image or other kind of data to your load balancer if you have one, and just the Triton inference server will pick the corresponding model and run the inference and give you the results back. This Triton server is also amazingly fast. We haven't hit the cap yet, but to be honest, we don't really know what our cap is. Yeah, it also can run in a Kubernetes, in a Docker, really easily. Just so a quick recap over how this optimization process is going on. We train our models using PyTorch Lightning. We use ClearML to track it. We save those checkpoints somewhere locally or on a S3 drive. We then convert these checkpoints to Onyx file. This Onyx file then goes to Triton converter server, which takes the model and optimizes it on the hardware. You get a .plan engine file, and you serve it in the Triton server. And in the production, we're using Kubernetes. It just looks like this. You have some sort of a client which is responsible for the segmenting windows, for example. It just asks if there's a server available. You get a server back, you send it image, and you get the inference results. It's quite fast. And the last thing is it's called GStats. This is kind of like one of my big push that we have a lot of models, we have a lot of data, but we're really not sure if the accuracy of these models are good. Yeah, we have these people who are reviewing these projects. They're kind of saying, oh yeah, the door detector is kind of bad, but we don't really have the numbers. So we have created a lot of dashboards using Kibana with Elasticsearch, and what happens is that when the automation pipeline is finished and when the project is reviewed, we have the data from our AI model and we have the data from our reviewer, and we just compare. We can get all sorts of data. We can know the classification accuracy. We can know sort of the IOU overlapping metrics of the object detections and so on. And there are some cases where we can really see the impact. We have deployed a new model and we just wait like a week or two, and we see that the line is going down. So we know that we can give the better results, and the reviewers have to spend less time, and we can process these projects that we deliver to the end client faster. So this is it from me. Are there any questions? Yeah.
You showed training and inference in production. How about the feature engineering or the data engineering part? Do you containerize that as well, or how do you standardize that?
That's not quite standardized. That is kind of free for all. So if an engineer has a problem he has to solve, either he talks to someone, his team lead or his colleagues, or just figures out new ways to do the feature engineering himself and just runs these experiments. We haven't standardized this other than just create a branch name with the experiment you're running. Yeah.
Question. So as far as I understood, you are
uploading the data to S3 bucket in Amazon, and then you are doing inference locally. Yes.
We have our own production cluster. We have our own hardware too.
Yes. So basically, you are doing inference locally on your own servers.
Yes.
Basically, the data is flowing from S3 to local servers. What do you have? Don't you have very high egress costs for the from S3 to local storage?
Yeah, this can I maybe explain this a little bit confusing. We have our own Ceph server. It's our own S3 based server too.
Is it min.io?
Excuse me.
Min.io.
Not min.io. It's I think it's literally called Ceph CH.
You can build your own local GPU cluster and tell that this is like you don't have to pay for the data flowing from S3.
Well, we have to pay for the actual hardware.
Yes,
an upfront cost.
But
yeah.
Flowing for the data flow from S3 to your local GPU cluster, so you don't have to pay for this.
No, the data is hosted by us on our own servers.
Nice, Radovan.
Yeah.
So we have the cameras themselves upload to AWS S3 cluster.
Okay.
We have also hundreds of terabytes of like several petabytes of data there, which we do pay for. But those are basically raw data that is coming from the camera, and that data is then downloaded in our servers, which also has several petabytes of storage, and then we process them in our own like server farm, and then we upload only the results, which is like the final files. We upload back to AWS, and that is what the client gets. So we only get the raw data, we do all the processing locally, and then we upload to AWS.
Yes, why I'm asking is because I have a similar problem. We are thinking about local setup, and this is like we are using Google Cloud, and they have egress costs, like for each gigabyte, it's like 10 cents or something. And then we just, for example, 2 terabytes daily, we have like a lot of these costs for the data flowing.
Yeah, that is why we only download the raw and upload the. So on our costs are only for the storage, which are also quite a lot, but still. But mostly we download we don't download terabytes of data each day. I think it's much less than that, but multiple like tens of terabytes probably not. Maybe one or something a day from the cameras, probably like hundreds of gigabytes, and then we do the processing. Locally, we need a lot of space, like even we generate data in amounts of hundreds of, I think like 100 terabytes a day or something, but that gets like deleted afterwards. Like after a few days, when the project is finished, we don't no longer need the data, then we can delete. Then we can reprocess the data as well when needed. Like we can basically download it again from the AWS if we need from raw data, or we just store extended periods all the data that is like manually edited or something. We don't want to lose anything that was done by the reviewer, but all that can be done automatically by reprocessing the data. We can just we could delete. So all the automations.
And the next question I had actually, what has been the hardest model to train so far for false positives perspective?
I'd say it's the room layout. I don't have the picture here, but the basic gist of it is to get the room contour. If you would look from like a God's view down, you'd say where the walls are. There are a lot of furniture where you can't see. If you had an empty, perfect room, maybe that problem would be easy. But if you have a lot of obstructed corners or walls, you really can't detect it really well. We have to do a lot of data cleanup, preparing the data so it is easier to ingest for the model. And
yes, because I'm seeing that actually, so basically you're preparing the map
from only one model. I'm saying that you are doing this 41 model or maybe 30 models for the inside of the house you're using, and then combining all of the models, and then you get this map. But the map you're getting from one model, that's
no. Currently, it is. You can think of we have multiple panoramas in multiple spots, and for this one panorama picture, we are running multiple models, and then we have all sorts of algorithms which try to guess which panoramas are in the same room. If we know that these panoramas are in the same room, we have another algorithm which try to combine those outputs together. And therefore, there's this step of data assurance of the reviewer, because we have a lot of moving parts that may not fit together from these models. Yeah, but we currently don't have like a whole project data in a single model, and now we have a lot of models and we are trying to combine them.
Okay, and the last question, like when you started, there were a lot of manual labelers as a partners to this.
Yeah.
So basically, is there 100 people just labeling these pictures using the system? I think you shown us labeling tool or something like that. Then you just thinking about, okay, let's introduce AI. Have you calculated how much the introductions of AI have saved you in terms of like money or like everything?
I don't know about the money, but we do see a reduction in delivering the final product, like the final project to the customer. It is slowly going down because those people that do the quality control, they have to do less and less of the quality checking. Like our models get better and better. So we do see this is why we have done a lot of these charts, and we do slowly see that we are delivering faster.
So basically, you the people, how much people you employ, this number can't change so much, but like you can see, how to say that some.
Yeah, it's about the scaling, because originally when we started all the automation, we had like 200 cameras, and that required like 70 people who actually did all the processing, like the image quality, also the panoramas and so on, and all the floor plans. And now we have the same amount of people, but we have several thousand cameras. So it's just about scaling, because we couldn't scale the product itself. We couldn't scale like delivering all the cameras if we couldn't do this, because it would be like right now, if all of that was manual, they would require like about 800 maybe people who would actually do this, or maybe more.
Great for Latvian economy.
Well, but it means that the service costs like thousands of euros per client, so it was totally unmanageable. So.
Not only we couldn't, like, I think there was a point where we couldn't find people who could do the processing.
Yeah, it's also, of course, very hard to get people to do it. Like in Liepāja, we basically took everybody who like the Liepāja University has like graphic design program, and basically everybody from that program in the last 4 years have been working for us.
Yeah.
Kind of stupid question. It seems that all your systems is running really smoothly, but why so many machine learning engineers on your team?
We need a lot more.
Yeah, the problem is that
What they do actually.
I can say that all of the low-hanging fruits are kind of done. All the easy models have been tried, all the easy methods have been tried, and to push those last couple of percent take more and more effort. Therefore, we need more researchers. We need more people for digging new research papers. A lot of like the model that detects the room layout that that is taken from all of the latest publications. We literally cannot find open source models that that just does it for us. Like we have to spend a lot of time reading the papers and trying to implement them for us, and that takes a lot of time. Reading them, implementing them, debugging them, deploying them, all of this. The model, our model, which detects these layouts, 2 people have developed in 1 year. So I'd say it's quite a long time, but it has paid off. And the same is for other models. If we have accuracy of 98, if you want to get to 99%, that takes 10 times as much as before. So we have to scale also with the people.
And we're also creating new products, new models, lots of things in parallel to actually create new technologies, and yeah, that requires a lot of people. So
yeah,
I have 3 questions. Maybe leave that to the break, because it's, yeah, you can approach.
yeah. Just
Māris during
come.
the break,
We'll try
which is
to.
coming up
Yeah.
first. Yes, so to keep the schedule, let's proceed. If anyone has any more questions, then ask them either by, I don't know, sending you an email or getting in touch with you right here. So thank you very much for your presentation. A round of applause. Muted.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Alrighty, so now we continue with our lightning talk. Yes, now we do switch PCs. USB 3. Yes, and then you do introductions about yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I do one person.
Yes, Andre.
So first introduction is somehow Max was watching me regarding this that we have quite a lot of developers also on Latvia creating potentially tools and applications which help all of us. And today we will have one example about Kubernetes. And in general, the idea is in case that you develop something what others should test, reflect on, and maybe also use, also in the professional field, that we share here about this and also start promoting it maybe for Latvia. So your turn.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for inviting me today. Thanks, Maxim, for this opportunity. Will be short. Yeah. So I've been working for enterprise clients for more than 8 years, presenting Citico, basically, if you know this company a lot. So I've been struggling to find really good solution for Kubernetes client for both tech guys like you, for the clients themselves, for some support personnel, whoever. So I've been trying Lens, I've been trying Q9S, if you know this stuff, just kubectl, and nothing really works well. So something is always not right. Something is not working. For example, I'm working both in Azure, AWS, LA Cloud in China. So I got a lot of servers, a lot of stuff that I need to keep track on. So basically I've created a KubeUI. You can go to kubeui.app. So it's kind of easy to remember. You can download it free. It's free for non-commercial usage. It's super simple UI, super simple application that you can run on your Windows right now. Unfortunately, since it's alpha, I will add macOS, of course, in front. So basically, what it is just Kubernetes client. It's Golang based. It's secured enough to run offline. So there's no need to do anything. Just one binary, download it, use your kubeconfig, and you're good to go. So for them, I got AWS, Azure, and even LA Cloud. If you're working with China, I'm sorry for you guys, but it's a reality. What's included basically standard create, read, update, delete, whatever. The cool stuff, yeah, you can just in one click you can exec to whatever port you like. You can do standard like details. You can run. You can check, for example, details. You could see even monitoring stuff. That's all we sometimes require. So you can see logs, for example, like this. It will be highlighted like row by row. So it's kind of useful for some support stuff that you want. Sorry. You can have, as I said, you can go to pod, basically. You can run something like this, and you don't need kubectl for this. So basically, you don't need any third-party software. So everything included in the unit. And as I said, it's not requiring any external connection, no third-party libraries, no external connections, nothing outside of binary. So clients got everything they need on their machines. So even in air-gapped environments, you can run it, you can download it, you can freely use it until it will be commercially used. You can do it freely. For commercial usage right now, we got less than $5 a month. So it's pretty cheap. You can convince your boss to at least try. Yeah. I will try to keep it as simple as possible. So every feature will be pretty simple. Like the one that I really love, that I can't see in any other software. So for example, you got some custom resource that you don't know what it is, but you need to create this resource from the schema. So I just create a feature that will create for you. It will grab your standard mandatory fields, and you can create it easily just using UI. And of course, you can edit your resources in the YAML, and you can do things like this, and you cannot save it. I mean, it's obvious stuff, but it's not implemented still in other software. So clients support stuff everywhere. They're doing stuff in YAML, they save it, and then create a ticket to support saying that what the hell is not working. So it's obvious, but it's still sometimes it's still required. So yeah, you can easily configure it. You can connect to China, for example, in one click, and you can see whatever is running there. You can do stuff. So just find me, create bugs. Of course, it's alpha. There's a bunch of bugs, I'm sure. So find me and QBUI.app. There's a bunch of links there, Discord, Slack, whatever you like, guys. Or send me emails. I don't know if you like emails. Still, I like Discord basically. I don't know. Discord is better than Slack. I don't know why. So yeah, that's all.
We have a presentation, nice. We don't have a clicker, right?
We kind of do. It kind of doesn't work.
Oh,
Maybe we'll put it on.
it works.
It does something.
Cool.
So, try it.
Okay, anyway, computer is closed, so nice to be here. So many guys. I'm a bit nervous because I'm not a coder, I'm not a machine vision, machine anything AI expert, but I am an entrepreneur. I am a speech therapist, and I'm using actually videos and tech for therapy. So I will share you my previous experience with my first startup. And then I will tell you what we're working on right now. And yes, we have a branding issue right now. So you have seen many names and that's fine, just for now. Yes, so here you can see, if you like really want to know what I've been doing, that I actually had some success with my first startup. I was the only company from Dubai that received 100,000 US dollars from Expo Live program. Then lots of other stuff was in accelerated in the United States. So everything went well till some point. So we created an interactive game with Intel RealSense camera. Here you can see a drawing. That was a Windows app. It was created in C++, which was a really bad solution because if you need to find some other programmers for that, that's a really tricky part. And it's expensive. But anyways, we had this. It was a really nice game, what allowed to motivate children to do the tasks that are really boring and tedious. So if you blow your cheeks up, then you pop those bubbles. And in other pictures, you will see how children actually saw themselves. So it was a really fun experience, and it worked. Tongue recognition, what we actually built with the Intel RealSense camera. What's important for sounds like "l" or "k" and "g" with open mouth, it was exceptionally good, because if you usually "k" and "g" is replaced with "t" and "d. So instead of back part of the tongue, the front part gets lifted, and it can be vice versa. So some kids can substitute T and D's with K and G, and it's usually very tricky, the first part, to get that sound, actually make that, because they have to control their tongue, and you can't really see what's happening in their mouth. So for that thing, it was really, really good. And our plan was that those cameras are, at first they were like a tool separate from the computer, and then they were built in computer. You can see that one right there. We had a computer for, I think this one is, yeah, Intel sent us one of the computers as for developers. Yeah, so gamification and style and method that I use, like from my professional side, it really worked. I had clients who were actually having a remote therapy. One of them was the biggest, the longest one was 5 months. They're actually getting, like succeeding while they're living in Jēkabpils? Yeah, Jēkabpils. Before I had the game, they were coming to Riga once a week to visit me. And then for 5 months, they just sent me videos, and I created new homework plans for them. And the fun part, what went wrong? The first thing is very, very important, and this is something that I'm really happy to share with you guys as you are developers. So kids were not involved in the first testing phase. So I will show you what was the first problem. Developers thought, and they're like really smart, and I have PhD in machine vision, right? Why shouldn't I trust him, right? That he's saying, I'm asking, do you need kids? And he's saying, no, it's fine. We will calculate. Fine. And what happened, the only thing that they actually asked kids to bring in was that when they realized that they kind of have to like understand where the face is, like how high is it is to the camera, I think they understood at some point that they're actually shorter. I think, and then they asked me, because I offered, and they said no at first, and then they had this one request, and I was prepared that we will do like lots of stuff there, but it was just like the kid needed to sit, and he regulated the camera. I'm like, good, 30 minutes and we're out. Okay, but at least that was good. What happened was that when actually my first prototype costed 60,000, and that was only like a recognition prototype with really minimal gameplay. Here you can see, it's like, bad picture, but anyways, we had the sensitivity numbers. So what you can guess, that recognition for facial gestures, lots of gestures were not precise when and it was false positives, false negatives, because there's another thing about testing with target group. our target group, they have two conditions. One is neurological conditions. They have additional like movements that are involuntary. Like let's say he's opening mouth and the head gets like head moves back, or he's trying to open the mouth, but the tongue gets out. So it's like an involuntary movement. What happens when children have, like, for example, this girl, she had a neurological issue. And yeah, so the false positives and false negatives, it was just too much. And the second situation is that they just don't sit still, you know? They are 4 or 5 years old, and my suggestions from my developers were like, I said like it's not like really, it's like not working, and he's like, you have to like you have to turn your head like this, and like, you mean you seriously? If you look at kids, he's like sitting and moving and talking, and you like. So what we did, we just tick off all the recognition. It's just like the algorithms, they went nuts, and like there's no point for it except for the tongue recognition inside the mouth, because it's dark. And if you would use like 2D recognition, which is you know what it is, I don't need to explain, but if you don't put like additional flashlight in the mouth, it's not possible to recognize, at least at that moment. Maybe now it is, I don't know. Yeah, and the third one, what was the biggest problem? But actually, yeah, since we got rid of the camera anyways, it didn't like, I didn't care much about that. The camera actually got canceled from the market, and all our algorithms that were built together with their Intel RealSense API, they just stopped working. So we just canceled, and we actually continued to like get clients without any kind of a machine vision. The feedback, whether you did it correctly or no, was triggered with the buttons. So parents had to control that. And there were like two options. If you did wrong, the exercise repeated. If you did okay, you could go to the next one. If you did good, you go to the next one. So there was like, yeah. So this is the fancy camera, sweet memories. Yeah. Actually, it was really, really fun. We also recorded something in Spanish. This is Javier. He's a very fun guy. But we died before we got to Spain. Literally. Oh, sorry, I didn't. I didn't say. Yes, this is disturbing content. But I had a crush. I broke my head, and I had to recover for a few years. Let's say 3 or 4. So I'm fine. I crushed my head, my skull, and I have hearing issues in my left ear. The reasons: no co-founder. I didn't know how to delegate and trust people. Yeah, and I had an accident. And that's actually kind of you know, the only lesson. Like, I'm sad that I had to have this lesson to start delegate. So I strongly suggest to you, if you also struggling with delegation, then it's better to learn it earlier. Anyways, so that's history, and I'm happy that I had this opportunity to share this story. It was the first and the only time I've shared it somewhere publicly. So right now, then the next thing what I started to do, like I really wanted to get back in this tech, because I can see how like my appointments are full. The job is hard, it's tiring, and my schedule is like only in the evenings. And I really want to give to tech the part of like, you know, some kind of part of therapy process, because I know it's possible. And at first I started to do, so the first startup had some kind of funding. So I decided I will have no money. I will just do it on my own. So I started to create videos, and that actually worked, but it was really hard to scale. It still is, but it was a good, like a step for me to come back. And this will be also some, I think, disturbing content. So In summer, I tried with one of my friends TensorFlow, which is like they give courses about how to, I don't know what technically it does, but it's very complicated, it's expensive, and it's like so much hustle that I didn't have patience to do that. There was another friend for me who did that. And so what happened was that I had a client and he was very easy, and I said, oh my god, this is like wonderful. He is so easy that I don't need him to come into me. I like he's actually good to go only with videos, and like he's a very sweet guy. He's not like rambunctious and not listening. He's like, if you say something, he's doing, and like, you know, not cute, really little 4.5-year-old. And it was very easy to figure out what kind of video I should like create for him. So I started to create videos with like TikTok filters. I was like a strawberry, telling some kind of exercises. I became a Grinch. That worked really nice. Like the Grinch was very angry. I don't have a picture here, but like one of other guy, he's like, yeah, it was fun, and he actually did everything the Grinch showed him. And so what happened here is he was all with Spider-Man. And like, yes, I need Spider-Man. And then I go to the TikTok, I try to buy filters, and like every Spider-Man filter has no mouth. How that's a problem for me. And so I called my friend, like she was working with TensorFlow, she had these courses, and that looks terrible. It's like, let's go back. Well, it's very short, yeah, because it's like a really long time it requires a really long time to create the video. So we had, and it costs like a lot. So that was the reason why we needed to like cut really, really short videos just to test how it was gonna look. And so what happened here was that, yeah, this was the first one? Oh, no. Oh, let's press here. Anyways, so you see, it's weird, and you can't see actually what tongue is doing. So I decided I needed more light, and that worked. Sorry, now the clicker is not working. So I improved lighting. This is more scary. And lighting was a good decision, but it's still like really creepy. And I said like, no, I'm not showing this to children. They will be scared. Like it's really ugly. And the quality here is bad, but the tongue, it was like the tip of the tongue was like split in two like pieces. That like it looked like I'm like a snake or something. I don't know. Yeah, and so it's still very bad and scary. So what did I break here? Okay, let's move on. And then, so I decided I will go the easy way. I had a toy Spider-Man. That's a good start. So I took the Spider-Man and I took Power Director, which is I'm still using right now. So I am doing a video effect with AI. And the interesting thing is that those effects are actually not available. I don't know, like I have two phones. I have cheapest Xiaomi and the iPhone 50 Pro. And on that cheapest Xiaomi, you can't like actually find that option on the phone. But on iPhone 15, it's a matter of around 2 to 3 minutes, and it's like transferring your video. And this is a really cute style. I like this. I yesterday created a homework like a sequence using this. I haven't seen the feedback yet because they haven't tried. But for this guy, yeah, so that was my need. I needed to create a Spider-Man, but I couldn't find it. I searched for a lot of Lauras. Most of the Lauras had really big boobs, and I mean, maybe that's sexy, but I can't show that to 4 or 5-year-old children. Yeah, so AI video effects was the solution for me. the next part. So I found a way how I can maybe make my video look better looking. And it's actually very, very important because when I needed to film something else and I had my bad hair day, no makeup day, I just filmed myself as I am and then I use this AI effect and I'm like, I'm good to go. Nice. It's really important. It takes time to make, wash hair and then put makeup on. Yeah. So storyline content is the next challenge. So the way how I never had the time. I never could find the time to actually work with that. And the first thing when I tried, not runway but something else, was when I was on a ski trip to Saarisalka, which is away from the North Pole. I was going to cross-country skiing and I had to spend 24 hours in the bus. And I had a friend who was an IT guy next to me, and so we actually had a really fun time in the bus. I was just worried about my roaming, internet and stuff like that. But the videos were bad. It's like I wanted to create like a hamster who is eating the cake. So that was story with the letter K. So it's Kams. I don't remember. The Kams had cool. Yeah, chocolate is cool. So, and you can see what I created. Want to see that again? Oh, sorry. I don't know how the clicker works. But yeah, it's like, it's nice. I'm eating a chocolate cake and cool. Yeah, so you can't show that to kids either, right? So then I had this friend who used TensorFlow. She's really good with prompt writing. And then she sent me this beautiful picture. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this. This is what I need. So I took this picture and I tried to put I tried a bit longer, to be honest, but hamster eating the cake. I'll show what we had. But this is the best one. The next one is the best we got out of it. Because he's like eating and then vomiting a little bit. But it's like, it's almost good. It's like, if I should like cut it, then yeah, it would be easy. But anyways, I need like longer stories. So it was fun, but eventually for me, it was easier to create, oh, hello there. No, this is the same. Oh, yeah, recently. So for you all to know, Sora is not Sora anymore. Today I checked, it's Clips AI, by the way. So I bought Sora, and Sora impressed me. It's much better. What Sora is doing. So this hamster is really eating a cake. I put in my prompt that he's eating with a fork. But as you see, it's like invisible fork. But it's kind of, we're getting there. So I was really, really excited about things.
Yeah, he's also vomiting the cake.
What?
Reverse. Just reverse
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so and let's try, I can show you, if you're interested, I can show what we actually created, what I created with Sora. I'll try to log in. Mars does not have an account in this one, so I will have to use mine. Okay, so they are long effects. So where do
This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D.
So you close your eyes, So what was the password? Maybe this? Oh, gee. Forget that.
What's calling you?
Get a verification code. No, it's not United States. Try another way. Oh, Jesus. Wait, but you want to see this, so let's do this.
This will know your number.
Where's Latvia?
It was easy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know.
Wrong number.
Try that.
And stop with 93.
Oh. Sorry.
Another one. The real one.
Sorry. Is this the right way? That works. Okay. 2, 6, 6, 4, 2, 6, 6, 4, 1, 6. Okay, sorry for this. Oh, and this is streamlining, right?
Is your work phone or private?
Now you have both. Now you have both.
Can you write it now or
Forget. Like, can I get in? Please. I'm so sorry, guys.
Those guys are shocking.
How much time do I have left, actually?
Very fun.
We are able to try again another way, more ways to verify. No, okay, like, let's skip this. Well, I mean, that's interesting. I don't know. Let's see how much time I will have left, and maybe I can show you. Look at him, how he's vomiting. Nice, cute. Yeah. So Sora, Sora. A few things about Sora. So here you can actually see like a part of it, how it looks there. So this dog. So I write in the prompt that the dog is woofing, and I didn't write that he's showing a tongue. And so he actually was kind of nice. He came, but he's like all the time like this. Like the mouth was not moving and the tongue was all the time out. Here you can see my best try. So for me, you know, it's important to show the tongue and mouth. So I try to write, please open the mouth and lift the tongue up. And the Sora says to me, that's nudity. No. And so this one was the letter L. At first, like, it didn't recognize that it's nudity, but it didn't open the mouth. So with lips sealed, the letter L in front of it. Those hamsters were like coming from the store with the cake. So the hamsters is my top story. And they didn't came from the store. It was just a small cake, and there was a big cake. But here I gave a picture, and I asked, so they make me smile with teeth, and my teeth were nice. It was better than my original. So. It's good. Like for me, it's important to do this cartoon style, right? And it's good enough, but eventually, actually, it's easier for me to film the stories with toys, because then I'm making the sound effects like while I'm filming the story, and I get the content faster. For this one, then I have to use video editor. I have to make those voice recordings, voiceovers, and it takes more time. So right now I'm really short with time, and that's the reason like I really try to create things quickly. But if any of you have nice ideas how to implement a video generator in our tool, you're welcome. So this is how it looked with that AI effect. So I think that's a picture, that's not a video. But one of like really popular therapies right now, myofunctional therapy, is where they're like if the kids has like a tongue in the wrong position, and they have overjet for their teeth or some other problems, then in a lot of cases the tongue is actually the reason why it happens like that. And then we have to train the tongue, and they have 3 exercises, 3, and you imagine how boring that can be. So I'm trying to like kind of make it more fun for them. And yeah, this is from one of the newest plans. So eventually what I do is I create those short video stories that are really short tasks. Like here, the laats zālē, lots, and then the other guy was jumping with him, and like after every episode, the kid had to like he has to repeat. And the concept works really well, but it would be better if we would have sound recognition. Oh yeah, so now you will have an opportunity to actually see a little bit how that looks. But don't judge, I'm not a professional videographer, right? Okay. So, but it's works for children. We have no sound, but anyway. Then you can see yourself in camera, so kids see themselves and they have time. And yeah, this is where I want to implement sound recognition. But we haven't created anything yet. And then do you have a next task? So here actually, so he fell, kaķis nokrita, un kaķis atnāca un teica, hey, cocktail gaida. Yeah, so it's like a, yeah. And that really helps in that therapy process, that you're making that fun. That's really, really important part for that. I don't know, this clicker. Yeah, so that was just in case if that video would not work. And here actually, as I understand, we don't have sound. Yeah, we don't have sound. But you can just like watch how it's actually using that. He's using that in phone, and no sound. No. Yeah. Anyways, this guy, he's in Brussels, and they don't have like any kind of a therapy available there in Latvian language, and they are coming to me every 3 months, and yeah, he's a very good tester client, first client for everything remote that I can offer. And yeah, he really liked, and he actually did this, I think yesterday in the evening at 10 around. So yeah, just so I would be able to show you. I asked them to send me the video. So anyways, let's move on. Yeah, so that was what we have right now. This is something that I actually wanted to build, and this is the name Say Game that I'm right now in pre-acceleration program. So if you say correct car drives, if you say in like with tongue between your lips, your teeth, or somehow different, or you just don't say you say. Right, it happens also. That's for this guy. This guy has hearing issues. He has hearing aids on both of his ears, and he really struggled with T and Z. S, it's just like really bad. But I had to spend. I mean, I spent 3 months. He comes to me twice a week, and he is very positive and very active, but he like he couldn't close his teeth together. Like I said, close your teeth, and now say, and he's like, closing my teeth, and then like, no, and you know, he can't hear everything. He does not hear the like S's and Z's, so instructions for him are actually a bit hard. Not always he's understanding what you're saying. If you would and if you listen to Latvian language, we have so many S's and all of that is really quiet, and he can't hear them, even with the hearing aid. Like it's really a struggle for him. So I don't know how we're with time, but I think this is my almost the last slide. Yeah. For those who didn't capture the phone, here it is. But thank you for your time. I survived. Yeah. If anyone is interested right now and he like knows or something hit, then this link, it's work in progress. I haven't finished it, so the link is there, but I have to finish the application form. I just, we did this. We changed the color scheme on the Friday evening. Yeah, at 1 p. Well, at midnight we finished, so it's not finished. But anyways, I'm working right now with my clients. Everything that is already ready, I can share and give it to try. But of course, if there's someone who needs something like that, it depends from the case. In some cases, I can give something from myself, but in other cases, maybe there needs to be a therapist involved who can explain the situation. So yeah, I don't know. Thank you for your attention. I don't know what kind of questions you can ask me. I'm not sure I can answer, but yeah, questions are welcome. Oh, there is one. Hey.
You work with children. It was hard to get allowance to do it because you have medical education. Yeah.
Yes, I am archetypes person.
I can hope I was your colleague. I study now in university, and when I suggest to make some like test or something else or some research, they say it's very hard to get approvals, especially if you work with children, with kids. It's almost impossible, and sometimes they block everything.
You continue?
No.
So I have my private practice, and I have the best clients. I try to do my best for them, and they are really supportive and like, of course, not all of them. I have a client who's very supportive and they're trying everything, but I can't share their pictures. Like, the mom said, that's like, no, my kid hasn't been in social media because I need to create some kind of marketing, right? And it's even though I wouldn't want to show your kid, but I have to so others understand, right? And I have to ask this uncomfortable question. And yeah, one mom, she said like no social media, but I can share like the videos, let's say in groups like this, but not in like marketing materials. Yeah, it's just, I think it's more about this different kind of attitude. Like I have a different kind of attitude to my clients. I'm really supportive and forthcoming, and most of the time, yeah, our relationships with clients are, I don't work with government like at all. All of them who are coming to me, they pay, and I'm not the cheapest one.
Yeah, okay, so you understand. The second question, the last one.
Yeah.
The idea to use artificial intelligence for, in your case, it was provided by you or the guys who suggested?
No. It was like video creation in the form that I like it takes a lot of time. It's like really time consuming. And for me, the big bottleneck, and right now, when I created in this weekend, I created like, I had 4 clients, I created homeworks for them. I actually had to cancel my appointments to create the videos because I understood that like, it's not possible that I have my more than 20 sessions a week and plus I can create that. It's like a mental capacity of like actually doing the work.
Yeah, sorry, that I understand it. I mean, before you tell that when you start work with the guys who made this project for you, and you try to like fix the tunnel, how it's.
No, they don't participate in this at all. They only build the technical homepage.
Yeah, I think that you can look maybe on the 3D models like like the new Unreal Engine technology. I see that they create very realistic physical interface for the human face. Metahuman, yeah, and
Metahuman.
yeah. Maybe after the meeting. And you can create speech through visual speech, yeah, and you can like transfer your face to this model, and it will speak, and the tone will
It's working, maybe we can check it.
We can try because for most of the everything that's out there about the facial recognition, I didn't share that part of the story. Facial recognition. So we started to search everything that costed me, not everything. Okay, it costed me at those times 60,000 euros. Right now, you can do almost everything and make an interactive stuff in TikTok. So I created a channel in TikTok with the name Video Logopeds, and I created like a few filters for if you like move lips, it recognizes like ooh and e and ah and some others, but they don't recognize anything in the mouth, like the face.
Yeah, to go to this point, the Unreal Engine, when it does, it captures the sound and then whatever it thinks it looks like, it doesn't capture the face.
Oh,
It's a sound recognition that adapts to an AI model.
Yeah, you need to check. You need to check this.
I need to check. Yeah.
But I don't think it's useful. Simulates like tongue. I don't think it's so like when you really want the tongue to be visible and so maybe not.
Well, tongue is always tricky. Nobody's doing that. But for me, it would be interesting if I could create videos, like video stories in other languages. Let's say, like right now, I created that story like about cats and the marketis and katis, right? That's Latvian. But I should create a story, let's say, in Spanish with letter K, right? So I need to create a different storyline. And as a person who does not know Spanish, it would be really, really fun if technology could actually do that. Or at least the sound. I could maybe create the video if I would like have a script. I don't know. Yeah. Ideas. Nice.
Yeah, just I think expand on the person asking about from Māris about the children is if you're doing anything with like machine learning, you need the data set, the labeling, all that, and of course you need like hundreds of videos maybe or thousands of videos to make it precise. And I think that is where like maybe some privacy issues or something comes up because like if like even for like adults, it's lots of consent forms and so on. And I'm just thinking that maybe for children it's even harder. So it's hard to create these data sets and keep them, secure and in legal way to actually to train something. So if you actually use machine learning to do these automations and you require children videos, I think that's going to be like a legal issue of some sort. But I think maybe if you like currently, I think you could do a lot with third-party tools. I actually wanted to ask about, so you say that you create all these videos, but those videos are like personalized always?
No, it's just I don't have like I have zero,
Okay,
and
so
I
you
have
just
to create
recently
from
started.
I have to create from zero, so I have to create something, but it's for different levels. So the first like this picture that like here, this is for the sound level. That you need to train only sound. I have a video, but I haven't put it on my platform yet. That was created before that you have syllables. So it's z, ze, z, zoo, za, and this whole video only about that because for that particular child on that stage, he's in a syllable stage. So he's capable of creating the sound, but it's tricky to create this, like put the sound in syllable. And for this guy, we had to, I think for a month or more, we had to do like z, e, z, eh. Like you have to have this pause between because like if he would say ze, he would say te. And it's like z, te, z, te. And get rid of that T and you'll explain like hundreds of times. It's like he's not capable of doing that. He needs this training and like really step by step that you're like shortening the break. And then he's like getting in a fun mode. And when he's in fun mode, that happens naturally. And that's like my whole aim of all this while I'm doing it, because we have to get to this automation phase. And the more emotions you get involved,